Hello everyone. While we were gone, I went to the Galactic Market kiosk and I got myself a new outfit. So this is going to be her official agent outfit for now. It's probably going to change later if I can find better clothes, but I had just enough money to get all of these. You can see I only have about 100,000 left, so it took almost all 300,000 that I had to get this put together. I haven't changed anything Khalil's wearing because I don't think I have enough money. I'm just going to either find clothes for her or find the money to get clothes for her later. But right now I think that she looks okay. She looks Khalil-y enough and Agent-y enough for my tastes. I still have the adaptable clothes. You'll notice I got a new helmet. I didn't like how any of the helmets looked on the Galactic Market. I thought that they either glitched through my Twi'lek's Leku on the back of her head, or they looked wonky, like giant crab-shaped helmets. That there's a lot of people who like the giant helmets. They think they make them look very Sithy or very intimidating bounty hunter-y, but I don't like to go for that. I like my Twi'lek's face, and so I like her face being shown. I don't usually like face covering helmets because it's like, what was the point of making my character's face at all? So I'm just going to use this helmet that I got and use the hide head slot, so that way you can't see it, and that's going to be that. But I have a new message. Cannot verify sender. Order of Revan remains hidden. Done a great service for us. Carry our teachings with you. So, because I did that, it means that I now have the title... Where is it? Oh, I guess I don't have it. Normally, this is supposed to give you a title... oh wait, there it is. In here. Heareth the Revanite. That means that I'm still technically part of their group. I am a Revanite myself because I didn't give them away. Unfortunately, you can only use a title if you're a subscriber, which I don't think is very fair. There's some things like that, like locking up the cargo hold, that I don't think is fair to free-to-play players, because why can't you wear a title? It's not like it's a big decorative thing, it's just a little fun thing. And why shouldn't you be able to use your cargo hold? You only have a limited amount of inventory space. It just doesn't seem very fair. But anyway, we have to return to the Keeper. And I'm pleased that I have my new outfit now, because it means I can return to Keeper with a more official looking agent-y outfit. It took some effort to find an outfit that I liked for her,
Rise and shine.
Because a lot of the outfits they have, they're either too soldier/bounty hunter-y, in which case they have giant shoulder pads and huge pieces of armor on the chest that are very bulky, which I might wear for my bounty hunter girl, but just not for a spy. Or they were very Sithy with fluttering robes and pieces of cloth dangling off, and there weren't very many official looking ones. There was one that is a very, very generic Sith Empire officer shirt, but I didn't really want a very generic Empire officer shirt. I wanted something that would be more unique to her, so I'm actually wearing what's called a Coil Explorers shirt right now. You can see it has the coil going around it. I thought that it looked a little bit more adventurous than an officer shirt, and more dressy than a plain old bounty hunter breastplate shirt. So I have a new ability here that is important to discuss. This is Heroic Moment. Every class gets their version of a heroic moment. What this does is it restores your health every 3 seconds and requires an active companion. So if your companion's dead, you can't use it. But this is a last moment, oh crap, I'm gonna die, this boss is really hard thing that you're supposed to use. And what it does that it doesn't list on the description is it also uses specific class abilities if you've gone through book 1 of that class. So if you've gone through the whole class story up to the first transition where it says book 2 is starting, that means that that class's ability will be added to Heroic Moment. So I have Sith choking as one of them, and I'm trying to remember what the other one is. I might as well just use it now. It'll have a cooldown of 5 minutes, but that's okay. Legacy Force Choke, Legacy Sticky Plasma Grenade. I'm pretty sure the Plasma Grenade is from my Trooper. I've finished book 1 on several other characters, but I guess maybe it's actually book 2 that you have to finish. I haven't finished book 2 on a lot of characters because I'm pretty addicted to making new characters. I have a lot of characters. But anyway, that's what Heroic Moment does. Make sure you only use it when you have your companion and when you're at the last second.
Watcher 3, I need that link up to the Dominator. If Lord Jadis wishes to observe, we must accommodate him.
Establishing hololink, sir. Data flow is synchronized.
Glad you found the time to pay us a visit, Agent. Take your place. The briefing starts now.
Glad I found the time to pay you a visit. I was finishing my job. The job that you sent me on. It's no wonder that Hireth doesn't like authority if they treat her like that.
It'd be helpful if someone told me about these things.
Yeah.
Sorry, Agent. It's been hectic.
Lord Jadis, are you receiving our transmission?
I am. Proceed, Keeper.
Very well. You all know we've been attempting to determine the dissidents' plan of attack. Thanks to recent operations, we have the information we need. Unfortunately, the news is worse than we expected. A major strike is imminent. The dissidents are targeting the ancient power conduits that run beneath the capital.
The ancient power conduits? Why are the power conduits ancient? If this is such a place of imperial superiority, shouldn't they also have technological superiority? Why leave it the same?
Why target power conduits? Why not something more vital?
Their intention is to overload the power grid, causing a cascade failure that would detonate the power relay stations. The resulting explosions would kill hundreds of people, and the blackout would leave us vulnerable to further attacks.
Sir, aren't all access points to the power grid under military control?
All but one. The terrorists intend to access the power conduits through the Dark Temple.
Why are there power conduits in the Dark Temple? That's a giant Sith tomb. Why put them there? That's so random.
The Dark Temple. That doesn't sound promising.
I'll sum up for those of you unfamiliar with the history. The Dark Temple predates Dromund Kaas's colonization. It was sealed by the Sith during the city's construction. When the Dark Council opened it some months back, they found it inhabited by force-driven phenomena. Workers on site began disappearing inside, controlled by unknown entities.
But whereas we saw the Dark Temple as a threat to be contained, the dissidents saw it as an opportunity. The temple rests directly above a key power junction. If the dissidents can push past the, phenomena, they can access the grid.
These dissidents have been planning. They have supplies, maps, and weapons, and they're not counting on making it out alive. This is a suicide run.
At least we'll be rid of them, one way or another.
We have security footage of dissidents heading toward the Dark Temple. A full squad of operatives will pursue the...
No.
My lord?
There will be no squad. The Dark Temple is sacred ground and will not be unduly disturbed. My agent will go alone.
Are you sure about this?
My lord, I strongly urge you to reconsider. If the dissidents succeed, we...
The spirits of the temple must not be disturbed. Not by terrorists, and not by Imperial intelligence. One agent will suffice. My role here is finished. Do as I will, Keeper.
Very well. Then the decision is made. You will go to the Dark Temple, stop the radicals from reaching the conduits and detonating their charges.
There's no mission like a suicide mission.
If you don't make it back, appropriate arrangements will be made.
We'll monitor you as long as we can, but the temple blocks most transmissions, so just, good luck, Agent.
If I survive, you're buying the drinks.
It's a deal.
Go on, Agent. The Dark Temple is waiting.
New shirt. What type of shirt? Oh, this looks like one of the more expensive shirts, actually. It does have a dye module open. But I don't really like how it looks on her. I like the chain necklace on it, but the parts going up, that is a really, really thick belt. Like, that is at least 3 times as thick as any belt I've ever seen, and it looks odd going around her chest. Like, I know what they were going for, but if they could have made the belt at least a little bit thinner. Like, look how thin the belt on her waist is. They know how to make thin belts on the waist. They know how to make thin belts on the chest. They just didn't for some reason. It looks so wonky. See, he's wearing the classic officer shirt, which, it's a good officer shirt, it just looks really cliche to me. I don't like my characters looking cliche, I want them to look unique. It's great if you like that sort of thing. There's a lot of players who love the very stereotypical outfits because they feel like their character is being very lore friendly, and it's good for role-playing. But I like role-playing my characters to be flashy, so that's just the way I play it.
Enjoy your stay.
Now, something that I have not talked about yet is heroic missions. Heroic missions are visible unlike exploration missions, but they're not normal missions. Heroic missions are much more difficult ones that are meant to be done with a group. Star Wars has a very good group system where you both can talk at the same time. You roll the dice to see which person's selection gets chosen, so you can take turns talking, and you both get seen in the cutscene. It's very well done. It really makes you feel like you're both part of the game. But the heroic missions are meant to be done with a group of up to 4 people because they're hard. And the last times I did heroic missions, they used to give you special armor for it. But considering how the over here on the right, that platform that you saw me speak by, that was where one of the heroic missions is. That's why I'm mentioning it. Because we're skipping the heroic missions completely. The way they changed the way the Talon works that I talked to you about on the station is they took away all of the armor that you earned and made it either random little bits of gear that you don't need or authority gear that was worse than what you had. And they basically did the same thing with heroic missions. You don't get a lot of cool gear anymore. You just kind of hope that you loot it off of some of the bodies. So I haven't done heroic missions in a long time. Like, here. This mission terminal. This is your heroic mission. Heroic 2+. That means that you have to have 2+ people to do it. You can do it by yourself, but it's much harder. I'm not going to do it just because... Let's see, does it say... Mission rewards, Mark II lockbox. You have a chance of getting actual armor, but this sometimes also gives you implants or earpieces or tactical pieces, and you already earn those well enough through your missions, so there's just not much of a point in going through all that trouble. Now, I could do one of these other missions here. This one, I believe, is just collecting pieces off of the soldiers that are stuck inside, and that one over there is doing a little mini story mission where you talk to one of the soldiers that has gone nuts and help him. I think this one would be faster.
I've sent 3 separate expeditions into the Dark Temple. Not one has returned. I can't say for sure what's going on, but people who go in there, they don't come back.
And here I thought bravery was a requirement for the Imperial military.
Maybe if you think being scared of something that kills Sith is unreasonable. You can survive the Dark Temple. I beg you to do me, and more importantly, the Empire a favor. The expeditions I sent in were looking for specific data. I can spare the manpower, they were slaves mostly, but the data is essential.
You don't have the authority to give me orders.
You're absolutely right. But please consider that you'll be doing a valuable service for the Empire, and you'll be extremely well rewarded. All I'm asking is for you to find the data the expedition collected. If all you find is bodies, bring back their data pads. This information is vital to future construction on Dromund Kaas. Please help.
I give up. I'll do it.
I'll mark the location the expedition last signaled from on your map. It's the best I can do.
How does he know that I can survive the Dark Temple? That's not something that I just have stamped on my forehead. You can tell from this person's Miko that she's a bounty hunter. That's an interesting outfit for a bounty hunter. I like her sparkly shoes. The coat is okay, but I've never liked the coats much because I feel like they make you look too much like a rectangle. I like ones that go with your body shape a little bit more, not in an unrealistic way most of the time. Although I do have a couple outfits on a couple of my characters that are a little more unrealistic. My bounty hunter, one of them has a chest piece with a cloth that drapes down over the stomach, but is a little bit more like a halter top. It doesn't show any cleavage, it just, it hangs out a little bit more open over her stomach. And I thought that it looked kind of like a Mandalorian kind of armor, just not, you know, fully covered. I kind of like the way it looks. But I don't like things that show the cleavage or things that look like bikinis. I think that those are much less lore friendly, and they look a bit more like objectifying women. I don't want to sound like one of those people who's like, oh, women's rights, even though, you know, there are a lot of times where women don't have as many rights, but I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is the fact that so many guy players here make their girl characters wear bikinis. So many. Like, all they care about is having their girl show off her boobs. It's really gross, and there's so much more to the girl characters than their boobs, but like, try telling the guys who dress them up that. It's one thing for the girls to dress up their own characters that way, because plenty of girls do that for the smuggler. They like their smuggler being very flirty, and I don't really like having their girls dressed up that way anyways, but I see why they do that. The guys, though, they just want their character to have boobs. If you're a guy who's planning on playing this game and you're watching my video to see if you'd like it, please be better than that. There's more to life than boobs. Okay, there we go.
Someone talking to me.
Did you say something? I swear there's someone talking to me. So she's hearing voices. It's especially bad for Miko, who's the bounty hunter's companion. Miko has the internet implanted into her head and can access it all the time, but she gets very overwhelmed by the voices in here, and she begs you not to leave her behind if she loses it. It's kind of sad.
Do you dare approach the great Nil Venerus, Lord of the Sith, Master of the Undying Darkness? Answer me. What insolence brings you to this place, slave?
You don't look like a Sith Lord. And you wear a slave collar.
What? You're not afraid of me? You aren't a mindless puppet like the rest of them? I don't understand.
I still have my senses, but someone here is out of his.
You're right. I was out of my senses. But not anymore. I was part of an expedition sent by the Empire to measure strange activity in the Dark Temple. But soon after we entered, we all became different people. I became the mighty Lord Venerus, and the others became my obedient followers and servants.
Slow down and start again.
We were gathering data for the Empire, and then we were all suddenly possessed. It's strange that you seem to be unaffected. In fact, it's strange to find you here at all. I thought the Imperials gave up sending people in here. What exactly are you doing here?
The Imperials want data. I'm going to get it for them.
So the Imperials haven't given up on getting their precious data, after all. This is lucky. You see, ever since I came to my senses, I've been worried that my followers will begin to doubt my leadership. I can't lose my power. I can't go back to being a slave. But maybe we can help each other.
This is pretty nonsensical. There's no food or water in here. If he decides that he still wants to be insane and listen to the Sith voices that are stuck in this place, then he's just gonna die here, very slowly, very painfully. If he wanted to escape, there's plenty of way to escape here. All he would have to do is sneak out around the Dark Temple, because none of his bosses are gonna come up here to get him themselves. They could very easily leave and never come back and go around the back of the temple where nobody's gonna see him. But instead he just wants to be in here and die slowly. It would be a mercy to prevent that.
It wouldn't be hard for me to eliminate you and your followers.
Well, I guess that's true. Except I'm the only one who can make all the others turn in their data. All I ask is that you find the symbols of Lord Venerous's power. They were looted from his tomb by the people possessed by Venerous's enemies. The symbols will help me reinforce my followers' belief in me, lock them in their dream.
I guess I can't kill him. Huh. I thought I remembered being able to.
It seems you've only left me the one option if I want that data.
Please, just think a while about my offer. Be careful. Venerous's old enemies will put up a good fight.
I must be thinking of the other mission that the other guy gives you up at the top of the temple. There's a different guy that you talk to who is essentially going through the same thing, and you're able to kill him. It's almost exactly the same mission, but with a different ending. I believe it's the Sith here who have the power.
Rise and shine.
Yep, Sith. Okay. Here's another. Now I need one more Sith. Ta-da! That mission was over fast. It's really too bad that I can't kill him though, because it's really stupid of him to want to stay here and die. Like, I get that being a slave sucks, but it's so much easier to just walk out and escape. You literally could escape and leave and Kaleo, help me! Save me! You're not doing anything! Stuck. Anyways.
My network of spies reports that you crushed my enemies underfoot and found the symbols of power I requested.
Network of spies? You mean the guys in here that are crazy just walked out and saw me? It's not a network of spies.
Just give me the data so I can leave this place.
I had not forgotten. I, too, have been very busy. Here is the data my servants collected before the temple transformed them. Let the Empire make of it what they will.
Enjoy your empire while it lasts.
Actually, that reminds me. There's one last itty-bitty little thing you can do. You see, power is useless without subjects. So, I'd be grateful when you turn in the data, you'd encourage the Imperials to send more expeditions my way.
That's not a bad idea.
No, yes it is.
Yes.
That's not what I meant to say.
I do think I've finally found my true calling. I can assure you, my gratitude if you send more slaves to be my followers will not be insubstantial.
That's not what I meant to say. Saying I see, period, does not mean I agree with you. Saying I see, period, means, well, you're insane. I don't want to be a part of that. Sometimes Hira says what she wants without me wanting her to say that. Stupid character. Down, down into the dark temple we go. That, shouting that she did when she was fighting me, that's the voice clip that they use in Endgame for a different character that you will see eventually if you watch this series all the way through. I never noticed it until I was fighting her, and then I realized that they just reused the sound clips. She has her own voice actor and everything, but they just reused the sound clips. It was a little bit disappointing to find that out. No influence gain. These two things are what we call companion gifts. You can give them to your companion to raise your affection. And Kaleo doesn't like the Imperial Battalion flag. You can see it gets no influence gain, but she does like the padded weapon case, so I'm going to give that to her now.
Not bad at all.
You can see I gained 72 influence with her. It's not a whole lot, but it's more than I would make normally because I tend to make nice decisions that she doesn't like.
You with the military? I heard the shots, but I wasn't sure. I can't believe you actually followed us in here. None of us are gonna make it back out, you know that, right?
I know you failed at your mission to destroy the power conduits.
You think you've done some great thing by tracking me down? You can shoot me now. You can save the power grid, preserve the Imperial lifestyle for a little longer. But there are other cells. They'll keep fighting.
What other cells are you talking about?
Other cells, other planets. This attack was just the tip of the iceberg. There's worse coming, but that's all you're going to learn. You can't stop me. You have to kill me. Shoot me now, Imperial, before the ghosts get into your head.
You don't care if the ghosts get into my head. You're worried they'll get into yours.
Yes, damn you! That's not how I want to go. I saw what happened to my friends. I took comfort in the fact that I'd die when we took out the power grid.
Sorry about
Have
my phone
mercy.
ringing.
Kill me now before the ghosts come.
Here, take this med pack. Patch yourself up and get out of here.
You're serious? Look, let me turn myself in. I'd rather face torture than the things down here.
Watch your back and don't do anything stupid.
I'm going to do my best.
That terrorist's future is going to be a little unpleasant unless he's able to give away information about the other cells. But that sounds like that's going to be what my new goal is. My story missions. I'm probably going to be going to the other planets because every class has a story that involves them going to the other planets and doing missions there. But it depends on the reason why for each class. Or, no, that sentence didn't make sense, sorry. The reason why depends on each class. Because, say, if you're a bounty hunter, you're going to each planet collecting bounties. If you're a trooper, then you're going to each planet trying to stop the traitors to the Republic who have joined the Empire. I guess as an agent, you're going to each planet trying to stop the terrorist cells. Which makes sense. It's been a long time since I did anything more than the very beginning with an agent, so I don't remember hardly anything about the story. But
Rise and shine.
that makes a semi-interesting reason to go to the other planets. Although I can't help but, partially agree with that guy. The Imperial way of life does need adjustment. It's hard to say that the entirety of the Empire is evil because you have normal citizens. You have people who genuinely believe in the Empire, and they believe that it's better than the Republic, that it stands for something better. But there's just so much that's bad about it. The Sith, the slaves, the racism, the totalitarian empire. There's so much that needs to be adjusted. And Harith knows that. She doesn't believe really in the majority of the Empire's nationalistic tendencies. She's just doing her job. She does believe that the Empire needs to be fixed, but she doesn't really believe she's the one to do that. She just wants to get the job done, keep her head low, disrespect her leaders from time to time, and make what little differences she can on her own. She doesn't want to, say, be part of a terrorist cell that is trying to bring down the Empire completely, because she doesn't believe that that's going to make a big difference. She believes that resisting the Empire only goes so far and is more likely to get you killed. It's why she doesn't really like helping out the slaves over in the slave revolt. She doesn't believe in it. She thinks that it's a dumb plan that's not going to turn out well, and she doesn't think that she's dumb. She thinks that she's too smart for that.
Alright, make me look good.
So she's definitely going to still take on the job once they order her to go and fight the terrorists. She's not going to be against that, even if she does agree with some of their principles, because she just wants to do her job.
Ah, the only thing more powerful than the Dark Temple. Any luck getting that data?
Here's your data, as promised.
Hey, you actually came through. Can't say I was expecting that. Can't say it's not a relief. Now we can finally stop sending expeditions in there, wasting all those slaves who should be building monuments to the Empire.
Slaves shouldn't be collecting data anyway.
My superiors may feel differently, but I tend to agree with you on that point. Anyway, I believe that concludes our business here. Goodbye then, and thanks for the data. Your service to the Empire will not be forgotten.
Okay. So this is the second relic that we can get. We already have one. This one upgrades the mastery stat. So then I guess I'll have to get the power one. I still don't think the power's going to do a whole lot, but... Oh, I start getting reduced experience points now. I do have my XP boosts. That's what these are for, is they make sure that free-to-play players can keep up. So I guess I'll just activate one of those now. It's a pretty big difference in experience once you're a free-to-play player. You don't level up as much, so it's harder for you to keep up with the planets. So I heavily recommend you using those XP boosts they give you one at a time once you reach level 20. Not before that. It's a waste before that because you get the same XP before that. But use them carefully, one after the other, so that way you don't waste them all. You should be getting one per planet, as far as I remember. At least one, maybe two. My subscriber characters don't ever use them, so my trooper that I have as my highest level character, she has about 20 or 25 in her inventory right now that she's just not using. But they're bound, so you can't exactly sell them. That's an interesting companion. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. It must be one that you buy at the cartel market shop.
We've got wreckage coming down over the city. From that height and at that velocity, the collateral damage alone could cost millions.
If the reactor core was breached, the radiation damage will...
I don't care about the radiation damage, damn it. Get me security footage, communications logs, something we can use.
Shouldn't someone be celebrating our successful return?
All military channels are reporting in. The Dominator has been completely destroyed.
I don't think I'm going to like this.
It's good to see you. There was a secondary target. Apparently...
Watcher 2, I still need confirmation. And you, Agent, get ready to move. We need everyone operational.
Sorry, sir. But there were over 3,000 people on that ship. Half of them civilians.
Oh no.
I'm aware of that. Do your job, Watcher 2. Run the numbers.
Lockdown procedures are in place. All traffic has been grounded.
Initial analysis is done. Cross-checking with the droids.
Getting conflicting reports from the Kaas City spaceport. Trying to sort it out.
Nothing could have survived that explosion. All sources confirm casualties are 100%.
That's terrible.
Then Darth Jadis is dead.
Oh.
Who did this? What happened?
There was an explosion aboard the Dominator. We're not sure about the origin, but it has to be connected to the dissidents. Darth Jadis was leaving on a special tour of the Empire. He brought military personnel, civilians, and Sith to his flagship as part of some grand vision. Now they're all dead.
I remember him mentioning that. He said he was going to try to, democratize fear? Which sounds ridiculous. It was a insane dream, and she definitely won't miss him, but that feels really insensitive to say when so many people are dead.
We'll catch the terrorists responsible.
You can count on it.
Sir, we've got a starship trying to take off. Several dissidents from the watch list are aboard. Military squads are moving to intervene.
They'll blow the ship to pieces. I want the terrorists alive and I want their computer intact. You, Fixer, do we have any Sec-M units available?
What? I don't...
The Sec-Ms, the mouse droids. Find one and bring it back now. Whatever ordeal you went through in the Dark Temple, your recovery will have to wait. I need you in the field.
It can't be worse than what I just went through.
Perhaps not, but you got the job done and you'll get this one done too.
I have the droid here.
Good. Agent, I need you to get to the city cargo port. There's a terrorist ship attempting to take off. Take the mouse droid and deliver it into one of the ship's maintenance conduits. With the droid aboard, we can disable the hyperdrive and download its computer contents.
Let me stow away. I'll handle the terrorists personally.
No. I appreciate the sentiment, but it's too risky. We do this my way. Get going. We need you to plant that mouse droid. Any conduit on the ship's outer hull should do. And when you're back, we have things to discuss.
Well, that was a big shift in mood from being undercover and smooth and suave to suddenly everything is just being destroyed, everything is blowing up and on fire, we have to go and stop the terrorists. I certainly don't remember the mood change. It has been a long time since I did this with that one character that went on Tatooine. It's really interesting to see a story that I'm not familiar with. I've done the story on every other character, so I haven't gotten book 2 on several of them, but I know the story because I've seen how it goes with the endgame.
Destination?
You need to go to a spaceport, not... See, this is... You can see how it glitches the map here again.
Enjoy your stay.
They need to fix that, but it's been that way since the game first came out, and it's been years, so I doubt they're ever gonna fix it, unfortunately. Time to save the day. Or, well, I guess it's a little too late to save the day since 3,000 people are dead. Time to avenge the day. Wait. Are you kidding? I did go to the wrong spot. Aw, phooey. Where exactly? I was supposed to go to an elevator, but the ship should be going off at the spaceport.
Ready for departure.
That's annoying.
Enjoy your stay.
Rise and shine.
Alright. Now it's time to, not save the day. Why does it randomly not hurt people? You see that, right? Can't see target. There she goes. That was weird. I wonder if maybe she was supposed to be cloaked? Prototype wrist guards. Oh, I don't have wrist guards, huh? Well, now I do, I guess. It's weird that they would have mouse droids thousands of years before the Star Wars movies start, since this is supposed to be so far in the past. You would think their technology would have gotten better than that. Why was I running like that? It's not like it's gonna blow up. Yes, return to Keeper now.
Welcome back, Agent. Excellent work out there. Absolutely excellent.
The mouse droid has just sent the contents of the ship's computer, sir. I'll send the military to pick up the dissidents.
At least one thing's gone smoothly today. The worst seems to have passed, but don't expect to rest anytime soon.
I can't believe this. Everything that's happened.
Believe it, and get used to it. We're going to be dealing with the consequences for a long time. With Jadis dead, there'll be a mad rush to fill the power vacuum. We'll be fending off our own people with one hand and tracking down terrorists with the other.
Keeper, I'm receiving a transmission. Someone's broadcasting a holo-recording to the entire Imperial Communications network.
The terrorists want to talk. I'd say we should listen.
Patching it through now. I'm going to try to pinpoint the source.
Citizens of the Empire, this is the Eagle. I'm here to tell you that our government is corrupt. When the Emperor signed his treaty with the Galactic Republic, we were promised a new epoch. Glory unrivaled since the first Sith dynasty. Instead, our empire has suffered. Apathetic moffs and wicked lords of the Dark Council vie for power, while our soldiers die over worthless planets in nameless star systems.
Typical consolidationist rhetoric. Watcher 2, keep trying to find a source for the broadcast. Everyone else start pulling up our files on the Eagle.
Wake me if he says something interesting.
We've been hearing rumors about the Eagle for years, but we never thought he could pull off anything this big. Another mistake.
Anyone who speaks out in favor of reform is kidnapped and tortured by Imperial intelligence. This must not continue.
The Ministry of Logistics reports that they can't jam the signal. Everyone in the Empire is seeing this.
A short while ago, a group of defiant revolutionaries destroyed an Imperial dreadnought. 3,000 people were aboard, including Darth Jadis, a Lord of the Dark Council. We chose to strike at Darth Jadis publicly so that every Imperial citizen would know the truth. The Dark Council is not invulnerable. We can effect change. We regret the sacrifice of so many civilians, but it was necessary. The Empire cannot cover up this momentous event. Imperial intelligence cannot silence our call to arms.
Get to the point, you piece of filth. What is it you really want to say?
And as usual, even though Kirith believes that the Empire needs to be reformed, she doesn't believe that this is the way.
I doubt he has a coherent point to make.
Here it comes.
This is only the first step towards a better future. We have agents throughout the Empire preparing to strike again and again. We will not relent until our government chooses strength over weakness, unity over discord. we will continue to show the anger of the people. This is the Eagle. End transmission.
So, our enemy has a name. You think you can deal with that, Agent?
Name or not, he's dead either way.
I won't argue there. We've made mistakes today. We underestimated the Eagle. We were too slow to eliminate the dissidents. We assumed the Dark Temple was the sole terrorist target. But you performed above and beyond expectations. You showed you can handle these people, and now you're going to show us the way forward.
I followed my orders, that's all.
You followed them well. That's discouragingly rare. You are going to head our operation to dismantle the Eagle's network. You will locate and eliminate his terror cells through infiltration, manipulation, and assassination. I am assigning you a rank and designation as suits your new position. You no longer have a name. You will answer only to Cipher 9.
I have a name. I'm not giving it up, even for Imperial intelligence.
It's part of the job, I promise. You'll get used to it.
Cipher 9, huh? Cute. But I think I'll keep calling you Agent.
With the rank comes certain privileges, including a degree of operational independence. You may recruit your own operatives, and you will be outfitted with a starship. Watcher 2, you will remain Cipher 9's liaison to base. I assume that won't be a problem?
No problem, sir. Glad to stay a part of this operation.
Good. Begin analyzing all reports on recent dissident activity. I want a list of possible terror cell locations within the hour. The Eagle says he's got agents around the galaxy. Assuming he's telling the truth, you're going to be doing some traveling.
There are worse fates than seeing a few new planets.
Indeed. Your starship is at the spaceport. It's been refit and removed from public record. Watcher 2 will upload likely activity centers for the Eagle and his network. Proceed to your targets as you see fit.
The cells will be eliminated, along with the Eagle.
Be careful of these people, Cipher. Destroying the Dominator was no mean feat. Killing Darth Jadus was nearly unthinkable. But this is our job. Do whatever is required. And good luck.
I don't need this gun because I already have an adaptive gun. I wonder if she could use it. Well, there's not really any point for her to use it. It's not going to increase her stats, and it doesn't look much different from the one she's using. So I'm just going to sell it. This is when things start to get interesting. This is the end of Dromund Kaas in the story, which means that we can finally get off planet, and as you can see from the mission, we finally get our own ship.
You and me? We're getting good.
You can also see that Kaleo wants to speak to me in private again, and the ship counts as a private place. So we will be speaking to her next time. Once we get to the ship, I'll end the video there, because I've been recording for over an hour already.
You and me? We're getting good.
The big door's closed, so we'll have to go through the side door. And there's our ship. It looks very sleek. A lot less bulky than the bounty hunter ship and the trooper ship. That's going to be our home for the next several in-game years. They never say exactly how long it takes to do each planet, but they do say in the in-game that you and your companions have been together for years. So I would say that it takes maybe a month or two per planet, and some planets probably longer than that, considering you're helping them fight wars. So even though it only takes me a couple episodes to do each planet, it's going to take in-game much longer than that, so that's just something to keep in mind. They have very good ship launching cutscenes in this game. And it's much better than the science fiction MMOs that are out right now where all you do is your ship. I hate that. If I made my character, I want my character to be visible. I want to walk around with them. I really, really hate the way the ship moves in Star Trek Online. There's a lot of people who love it. I don't. I despise it. It's horrible. It doesn't feel like you're actually moving. It feels like you're rolling a ball around. And I made my character. I want to see my character. I want to move around. I don't want to be in a ship.
Greetings. I am 2VR8, factotum droid for this vessel. You must be my new master. Gentle, kind new master.
A gift from my superior. Here to keep an eye on me, I presume.
My only directive is your satisfaction, master. Besides, my photoreceptors are not surveillance grade. I am programmed for a wide array of tasks, including but not limited to meal preparation, ship maintenance, janitorial duty, and etiquette. Welcome aboard the X-70B Phantom, an experimental prototype resembling a luxury shuttle that conceals the combat capabilities of a heavy starfighter. You'll find all of the standard amenities, including your own private captain's locker for storing valuables. The astrogation console contains a constantly updated map of the known galaxy. Interstellar communications are accessed via the ship's holoterminal. Priority alerts that you may find useful are available from the Imperial HoloNet console. Lastly, the ship's intercom will inform your crew that you wish to issue new orders. Any questions, Master?
I have a mission to complete. Time to see what this ship can do.
Thank goodness you aren't deactivating me. I mean, good luck. I regret I am unable to offer you combat support, Master. Frankly, my chassis couldn't withstand the stress. However, should any errands arise that are beneath your superior status, please do not hesitate to call upon me. I function to serve you. Whenever you are ready to depart, consult the galaxy map on your bridge. It will program the proper astrogation coordinates and activate the engines.
And now we have our own ship. Welcome aboard, everybody. I will be doing Kaliyo's conversation next time and continuing on with the rest of the game. So I hope that you like what you've seen so far. Have a nice day.